New York City here stands to make over $400 million this week when the rich, beautiful, and famous flock to its winter fashion extravaganza to check out some of the hottest styles. Perhaps no one is hotter than Prabal Gurung, the fashion designer from Nepal whose creations are being worn by some of the world's most famous women. He's now going mass market with an 80-piece collection for Target, and we spoke with him about that and his skyrocketing career. Why would you want your clothes in Target?
I have this kind of like a niche audience. It's at a certain price point.
Otherwise known as expensive.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was more about how do I get to the audience, larger audience, rest of America, and let them know my own story.
You want Prabal to become a household name?
Yes.
Prabal Gurung does not lack ambition, and why not? Since launching his own company just 4 years ago, his dresses have graced the frames of some of the most beautiful and powerful women in the world, from the First Lady to the Duchess of Cambridge to the Queen of Television, who unknowingly inspired him as a young boy.
I was in Nepal and I had watched Oprah Winfrey's show. I had no idea as a kid in Nepal who she was, but I remember watching an episode of hers about living your dreams, and I still remember telling my sister, you know what, I've never been to America and I want to give it a shot, and if it's a mistake, at least it's my mistake.
Gurung left his family in Nepal 14 years ago, gaining entry into the prestigious Parsons School of Design in New York, then working his way up with Donna Karan, Cynthia Rowley, and Bill Blass before striking out on his own.
How hard is it to run a fashion business?
Everyone had told me not to do it. I had no savings, no investors, so I went on unemployment. Yes, it is challenging. I'm a creative person. I come from the design background. I don't come from all this business background.
But his creative talent won out. Soon Hollywood starlets fell in love with his fashion.
I saw one of his runway shows online and was just like, that guy's a star.
Big support from, from Zoe Saldana, who's a dear friend of mine, to Demi Moore.
What do you say to people who say, oh, fashion, it's frivolous?
I understand. But let's not forget, fashion industry is billions of dollar industry. It generates employment. I have, because of my company, I have 13 people who are working with me, and factories which has around 300 or 400 people working that are employed.
The ultimate honor came when Michelle Obama donned his dresses in 2010 and 2011.
So how does that work? Do you send dresses to the White House for consideration?
Yes, we do.
And then how do you make sure it's the right size?
As a designer, we pretty much know.
But just when he thought things couldn't get any better, Kate Middleton took Prabal Gurung global by wearing his dress on her official trip to Asia.
Kate Middleton?
Yes.
I mean, come on, Prabal.
I know. I will tell you, I don't know how it happened, and I was in a shock.
Gurung's star continues to rise at Fashion Week as celebrities flock to his show. And the rest of us get a taste of his style through his Target collection. But the moment is not lost on the little boy from Nepal.
If you could look back and talk to yourself when you were a child, what would you say now to yourself?
Wow. Nobody's asked me that, so I'm a little emotional about it. I would say you'll turn out just fine.
And he's turned out more than...
seems like a very interesting guy.
Just fine. Of course, most of his dresses cost in the thousands of dollars, but this new Target line, they're between $20 and $200. And the interesting thing is, since he does work with the First Lady, all of them sign non-disclosure. So they really can say very little about how closely they work with the First Lady.
Which he said very little when you said, how does that work? He goes, well, yeah.
Yeah, so...
He's great.
But the industry brings in billions of dollars, so it's very interesting.